All right, welcome back to part 6 of Selling Online with Russell Brunson. This is his 3-day event for helping people sell their products online. I'm not going to review the page, just go back to the other videos to see where we are and where we came from. This is where we left off, so just a quick review. All right, so now this is like the middle of the page. You can see over here on my cursor. We're like middle of the page, so took us a long time to get here. Um, anyway, let's just dive in. What you'll learn over the next 3 days during the selling online challenge. So now it tells you, what you're going to learn. This is great because is this worth it to me, right? What's in it for me, or is it worth my time? Should I be here? I mean, we talked about in another video about dissuading people who don't belong, right? If this isn't you, then go somewhere else. So the inclusion, exclusion. So, but this is really about what is it? What's in the meat of it? And I don't know if I even said this on another video, but I did sign up for this event. So these were questions that were going on in my head. I'm like, I've heard a lot of things he's done. His webinars. I've signed up for his webinar courses. Gone to his events. But this thing sounded like, well, this is going to be kind of more of the same kind of stuff that I've been doing. So do I really need this, right? How is this different than everything else that I've been? So this is why it was important to me. And I think a lot of people, this is why it's important. So, and this is what I talk about, is like, you got to provide people information. People are just like, oh, they don't want to read all that. That's a bunch of BS. They do want to read. I mean, they don't want to read, but they will read to make an informed decision. And I write about this all over the place on my blog and my website. I've written books about it, booklets. You can go to my website. I won't promote it here right now, but I talk about this. You got to provide people with information so they can make a decision. That's why these sales pages are rather long, but they're not long if you format them the same way. So let's just review, because I want to review more of the formatting, because that is so important. Because not only am I a copywriter, but I used to be a web designer. And when I was in web design, I was helping my clients with marketing. And then that morphed into copywriting. And I really loved copywriting. It was actually my first love out of college. And so, but design is so important to me. And if you look at Russell Brunson's pages, whatever he's promoting, the designs are just spot on, because it makes you want to read things. So I'm just going to just run through this real quickly and just point out many of the design things that get people to read. So let's just go to the top. Okay, so you got big font, you got different colors. Generally, like I said, I don't like white on black, but it's such a big headline, and he just breaks it up. Okay, so you got this in a box, you get testimonials in a box, you got photos, you got all these things. This is formatted, big font. These little things are in a box. This is in its own section. This is a section. You get the bullet points. You get this section. I mean, there's nothing where there's just long pieces of text, right? Everything's broken up. I mean, this is probably like the longest. This is actually one sentence. The longest, chunk of text you'll probably see. My only issue is this may be a little on the wide side, but considering everything else is very readable, it's passable. Okay, and then this is broken up into different sections, different colors. You get the problem, and different background, and you got photos that break it up. I mean, my only issue on this is that there's a lot of authority photos of Brunson, but I would like to see. And I think most people, especially if you're not an authority, do more of these photos, emotion photos, right? This is what you're probably, you got two kind of, like, I like to look at photos in two ways. The emotion that I want you to feel before you get our product, right? You're miserable, life sucks, and this is that emotion. And then the emotion after you buy our product. You're sailing on a yacht. You're on a tropical island. You're jumping for joy. I showed you in one of the other videos, people at their desks are like celebrating, like that's the emotion I want you to feel after you buy the product. So I very much refer to those as emotional images, and not, I mean, this one, I mean, it's okay. I mean, obviously it's relating to this, but it doesn't tell a story. There's not a lot of emotion in it. And then we talked about captions in the last video. He's got more of the authority, more just talking about, just more photos of him again and again and again. I mean, we got it. Um, I would have something, you know, this, I don't know, something that's arouses the emotion. I'll have to read this section to figure out what that photo would be. But one to many selling your own stages. Okay, so okay, on day one, this is what you're getting. So let's just review this because I know I scrambled up there. This is what you're going to learn in the next 3 days. Boom. One to many selling and building your own stages. Okay, what does that mean? On day one, we're kicking it off by showing you the one to many selling framework. So you're going to get a framework and you get a whole plan. Beautiful. How to build a perfect offer that is uniquely your own. Beautiful. And how to make it practically irresistible to your customers. Okay, so it's a lot of how to. We're going to do a framework, get a perfect offer that's yours and yours only. And that's really, really important because I talk about, and a lot of the marketing funnels I've done in many videos where I talk about if you could take their copy and take your copy and paste it on somebody else's, you haven't really done much. And it's kind of the same thing with offers, right? If your offer, looks basically somewhere else, and somebody goes, well, these are apples, and then these are green apples. Well, okay, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, obviously your offer's not going to be exactly the same as somebody else's, but because what's more common is people to have copy that's similar, but not offers. Offers that usually are pretty unique in their own, but but if you're in the same niche, let's just say you're in like the real estate or like land investing niche. I mean, you gotta have an offer that's completely different than everybody else's. And I've seen offers, they might have their own unique name and they got their own little, but they're all kind of the same. It's all coaching to help you buy and sell land. I mean, like you got to be maybe creative and think of something different and something ahead of the coaching program. They don't have enough. It's basically, some lead magnet, watch a video, get your email, and then boom, they just hammer you with emails with get on the coaching program. But so anyway, it'll be interesting to see what he says about creating your own offer, making it irresistible. Okay, and that's day one. And we'll show you how to build your own stage. Okay, so this is interesting because I think most people are probably going to be like, well, I can't get myself on a stage. I think it's a virtual stage, but I don't know. Where your ideal golden customers view you as the number one trusted source they want to buy from. Okay, that's beautiful. Who doesn't want that? You'll be shocked with the amount of value you'll receive on day one. You'll think I'm nuts for asking anything lower than $19.97 to 10 of that. Okay, so price priming, right? They're priming you for the price, right? You're saying, well, it could be $2,000, but you're going to get it for $100. Basically, what is that in math terms? What is that? 2%? 2%? 1%? Wait, $100 for $1,000. That's 10%. So 5%. That's the number. Okay. I'm not a math person, and I admit it, and I'm okay with that. I'm so okay with that. I'm not a math person. In fact, I hated math that involved Greek letters. Anyway, I can go on and on about that, but I won't. Day two, creating a crowd of your dream customers. Okay, I think this is great because that's like one of the biggest problems of selling is like where are the people? How do I get them? Because people are always talking about traffic. I remember when I was looking for freelance clients, and either for copywriting or marketing or even web design. They go, I don't care about any of that. I don't care. I just want people to come to my website. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can have all the people in the world come to your website, but if you don't have the right message and presentation, they're gonna leave. Yeah, I don't care. I just want more and more. They just wanted to funnel more and more traffic, more and more traffic, more and more. And I had so many clients waste piss loads of money on online ads, offline ads. They had like print ads, newspaper ads, magazine ads, just throwing stuff at their website, and their website didn't even work. I mean, I literally didn't even work. Like buttons didn't work, or you couldn't see it on maybe a phone, or actually back when they didn't even have phones back in that day. It was, I mean, it was just a mess, and they ignored all of that. So that doesn't negate the fact that traffic is still the number one thing that people want. They go, I want traffic. I just want traffic. They'll ignore everything else as long as possible to get traffic, right? I just want some people go to my website. And you know, I'll admit sometimes I'm like that. I got my own website, and I'm like, I don't feel like making this perfect. I just want some people to see it, and then I'll figure it out then. Okay, so this is all about getting traffic. If you're a coach or sell a service of any kind, you're going to love this. Okay, so this is great. It's kind of like tuning people in, just in case you missed it up there. It's like if you're a coach or a service, like now you know, there's an email copywriting coach I worked from. He called it leaning in, and he may have gotten it from somebody else, but it's like you're leaning in. You're like, oh, if you're a coach, oh, that's me. I sell a service. Oh, okay. Like I'm gonna pay special attention. This is why, like, you need to narrow things down. Even if it's broad, you can start narrowing it down to different things. Like in this section, you can say if you're a coach or sell a service, and then in another section, you could sell, well, if you're selling a $30 product or blah, blah, or if you're selling a $5,000 product, like kind of like get people to lean in and go, okay, yeah, they're talking about me. Okay, so on day 2, we're going to show you how to stop finding stop finding your dream customers and instead create a crowd of dream customers who are starving to hear from you. That's great because it dispels like a common, like, I need to go after I need to find my customers. Where are they? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they behind, are they following some influencer? And it's like, forget about that. Forget about, it's another like myth, right? It's like, forget about that whole myth that you got to go find a customer. We're going to create one. And so, again, this is like something that is contrary or different than what a lot of other people are saying. Beautiful. All right, I'm also going to pull back the curtain and reveal my proven to work 7-figure pitch. Okay, so 7 figures, obviously it's probably we're talking about $1 million there, as well as my top false belief closers that anyone can use to sell even the most expensive items. Okay, so great. Again, they're going to give you the secret strategy of the false belief closers. Closers, as in, I think, closing statements rather than people. Okay, and then so day 3, advanced sales, persuasion, and influence. Pretty good. I mean, I'm always like saying, hey, be careful about repeating yourself. Persuasion and influence are kind of the same thing. I would say maybe advanced sales, persuasion, maybe an authority. I don't know. I don't know if that's part of it, but like I said, it's like the same thing. All right. Okay, this is where it all comes in. On day 3, we're going to reveal the secrets to creating a movement where sales begin to happen with you doing little work. Okay. All right, and then let's see. Reveal the secret. We're going to do this again. Reveal the secrets to creating a movement where sales begin to happen with you doing very, very little work. Oh, that's a good. You gotta love that, right? Very little work. That's what people will. That's what I signed up for. That's when I came out of the womb. I signed up for doing very, very little work. Okay, allowing your customers to do all the work for you. I love that. That sounds like. I mean, not only is it sound like kind of appealing, but it sounds like intriguing. Like, wait a second, I never heard that before. I mean, I've heard people say do very little work, but I mean, my customers do all the work. What are you talking about? Like, what? Okay. So it raises curiosity, and it also, it's a benefit. Like, oh, yeah, when it comes to me doing the work or my customers, I'd rather have my customers do all the work. You know what? Let them do the work. Why not? I mean, come on, right? Okay. Then, and this next part isn't for another like kind of disclaimer, not really a disclaimer, but like dissuading people, like saying, okay, these people are excluded, and then everybody else, you're included. So this is the perfect way to include people, is to exclude other people, right? it's just, I don't know. I don't know how it couldn't get any more basic to that. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying is like, if you exclude one group, you're automatically including another one. So it says, this part isn't for everyone. And then that again makes people go, well, wait a second, let me be the judge of that. Whenever you make a kind of a statement like that, people are like, A, what are you talking about? Or B, I'll be the judge of that. And if somebody says, I'll be the judge of that, they're going to read on. They're going to read what you have to say. Or if they say, what are you talking about here? They're going to read more. So this is great. The next part isn't for everyone. Rather than making some bold promise like, we're going to make you $1 million, people are like, yeah, whatever. But, when you say something like this next part isn't for everyone. You're like, well, I'll be the judge of that. And then I'm going to read it. So, okay. So I'm going to reveal my advanced persuasive mind controlling techniques. Beautiful. I mean, people, that's what they want. That's people, because there's like, people want like everybody to fall in line. Like if you manage like a bunch of people at an office, you want people to fall in line. You're like, I just want people to fall in line and do whatever I say. And I want that. And I want to read their mind so they can read my mind so I don't have to do any work and they do all the work. It's kind of the same idea. And I want to have mind controlling techniques. I've written, several sales pages on courses on persuading people and kind of not really mind controlling technically, but I mean, getting people to fall in line, like how to deal with difficult employees or how to be persuasive in the office, those kind of things. All right, so that's what people want. That's a huge benefit. I want to have a mind controlling technique. All right, that are so powerful at influencing prospects to take action. It's absolutely critical that they don't get in the wrong hands. All right, it's like this is a nuclear bomb. It is highly effective at wiping out our enemy, but if it blows up near us, then that's really, really bad. That's like it's in the wrong hand. Like we blew it up on ourselves, or maybe our enemy got it and they blew it up on us. Okay, so in short, selling online challenge is the once-in-a-life opportunity to dramatically level up your skill set to the point where cold prospects practically hobble over broken glass on their knees just to buy what you're offering. All right, so I don't know if anybody knows, now I just drew a blank, famous, pretty well-known copywriter who writes this kind of highly emotional copy. I mean, it sounds like something right out of his book, right? Cold prospects will practically hobble over broken glass on their knees just to buy what you're off. And so it brings up an image. You can really, really visualize this. It's it's almost like someone goes, oh, they're going to throw cash at you. Well, if you were the first person that says throw cash at you, and if no one's ever heard it before, like in a caveman days, no one's ever heard it before, they could probably imagine, oh yeah, throw cash at you. Okay, I guess so if they have cash. But this one, not many people say it. You're like, hobble over broken glass. Like when I first heard that, I'm thinking like somebody walking. Then it says on their knees. I'm like, oh my God, now they're on their knees and to buy what you're offering. And it makes it seem like people are fanning out like dollar bill or not dollar, maybe $100 bills and going, I don't care what it is, I'm buying it. Okay, beautiful. So I like that. It's gives a nice visual image. Buy what you're offering. It just it gives, like, a lot of people use words like this, right? Dramatically and a lot of adverbs and adjectives to like amazing and surprising, and sometimes you have to use those words, but this says it like this is just a huge, this is like the same thing as amazing, right? To the point where cold prospects amazingly buy what you're offering. Now you change that word into hobble over broken glass on them. Well, that sounds amazing to me. If they hobble over broken glass to buy what I'm offering, that sounds amazing. But some people would probably put the word amazing in front of it. So that's a good, very visual. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is Chris Haddad, if anybody knows, like copywriter. He writes this kind of like emotional copywriting. I had to go look it up. So here we go. And then we got a CTA. So it was actually quite a while before we got to a CTA. We got the let's see. Wow, it's at the top. So if you're like somebody who knows, you know, you're like I know I'm buying it. I'm buying everything he sells. Like I don't give a shit. So that's your first call to action. Then you're reading. Then for all the people who are like, well, I ain't buying. I need more information. Like what? That was me. I was like, I need more information. I mean, I know who he is and I know everything he does, but I'm just probably not going to blindly buy from. And it's not even really the money. It's the time factor, right? Like I spend 1, 2, 3 days. So I'm going to come all the way down, read all this, read all this. So he doesn't have too many call to actions. He doesn't. It's not asking you every 2 seconds. Buy now. Okay, so now he goes join the challenge, gives a date, and then here are testimonials. Um, and these are regular people. Like I said, I think in another video I said, you know, I never heard of these people, but that's fine because these are regular people. I'm not going to read the testimonials. Ready to become a master salesperson with ironclad confidence and words to easily sell anything to anyone. Um, I don't know. This doesn't really make sense. I mean, I understand what they're saying with ironclad confidence. I don't know, whatever. Here's what you can expect from that selling challenge. So here's what you can expect. Didn't we already just cover that? Let's see. Here's what you'll learn. Okay, here's what you can expect. Okay. So now you do like the before and afters. I've been seeing a lot of these in this kind of format lately. Um, I mean, obviously before and afters have been around forever, you know, dieting, all sorts of things like that. But I've just been seeing an uptick on this kind of format. You get a photo, um, and then it's before the event, after the event. Okay, so let's just break this down. So, like I said about photos, you want to invoke some kind of emotion. So before the event, you're miserable. I mean, this is perfect. This woman's like sitting on a laptop. She's got, I don't know if that, I thought it was, I don't know if it's tissues or crumpled up paper, but maybe it's a mix of both. But obviously, very unhappy. And then this guy, he's on a laptop, pretty happy. He's like, this is great, man. Everything's going swimmingly. Okay, so let's break down what they have, what we're talking about here. Okay, making okay sales, but not enough to scale or become your main revenue stream. So yeah, they're basically, you know, they're looking for somebody. I mean, I think they've talked about it throughout. They're looking for somebody, not a complete newbie, somebody who's kind of got something going, but they're kind of stuck and it's not. They need to get to the next level. And for $100 package, I mean, it's a good price, but most people who are new, like brand new newbies, are probably not going to put up $100. They're like, I'm so new, I don't want to put up $100. So it's good to say, you know, instead of saying no sales. But anyway, they may even cover that. Spending a small fortune on expensive copywriters or a marketing team with little to show for it, yeah, that's a problem. Second guessing yourself, yes. Questioning if your marketing message is off. That's feeling frustrated about how others in your industry are making sales like crazy, but you're still struggling. This is beautiful. This is like perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think all of these are true. Often confused, lost, stuck, or while trying to get a funnel to work. And I think this rings true with anybody who's done any of this kind of stuff. I think somebody can be nodding their head on every one of those things. It doesn't sound crazy. Okay, after the challenge, a fully built a fully built out one-to-many selling framework installed into any simple sales funnel regardless of what you sell. Okay, this is good. It's like they're given a framework and installed into a simple funnel. So it's not like you're gonna have to, it sounds like you're probably not gonna have to do some big maybe change to your funnel. Maybe we're making some modifications. I don't know. So this is kind of like yeah, kind of what you're getting, what you're doing kind of thing. Okay, so this is what like a result. So predictable, sustainable selling system that brings your dream customers like clockwork. Finally falling in love with marketing because you know how to get it. Oh, goddamn geese. All right, I got some geese in the background making a lot of noise. All right, so finally falling in love with marketing because you know how to get it. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be a benefit. I mean, I guess it's for people who's selling stuff. I mean, I don't know how much they want to get into the market, how much they love it. They probably just some people just probably want to just make money off of whatever it is they're doing, like they're coaching. I don't know if they want to be totally immersed in the marketing, but anyway, but if it's frustrating for them, they would rather love it than hate it. Knowing the exact words to say and how to say them that practically hypnotize cold prospects into buying from you. Okay. Taking your product, service, or webinar from good to great. Okay. Those are pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I can't imagine they couldn't come up with something better than this. I mean, it's kind of weak, but I haven't seen this thing. I'd love to take notes and um, I probably come up with something more substantial. But anyway, but this is like very, I could like totally get people feeling this way. Um, it's like this is like, what, like who's not saying this? I guess that's what kind of my beef on this is like, who's not saying this? Like, you gotta come with something really just like unique. Like I gotta have that thing. Like, it's like a predictable selling system, or not only like I gotta have it, but no one else said this before. Like I was watching some blogs about, or YouTube videos on something that I've been researching for a while, and somebody finally said something that I hadn't heard of, like anybody say after watching dozens of videos. I'm like, wow, that's wow, profound. That's what you got to find. Like when you're writing copy, you got to find like something that nobody else is saying. Every one of these things, everybody's saying that. It's just, I know Russell's got something in this event that nobody else has said. So this is just really kind of, now granted, this is probably a live event, and well, it is a live event, and so it hasn't already happened. So it's, the copywriter probably doesn't know what maybe in it per se. And then if my experience with working people, they're not going to give, probably a lot of times they don't even know what they're going to say. So they're not in the notes, they're not in the, or the script, or their script, or their PowerPoint, or whatever. I kind of get that, but still, it's like you can look at Russell's other shit and figure out something cool to say, other than what was there. Okay, what's your investment? Um, you know, this is, I mean, just for all the people who don't, not that experienced, because the old way of saying like, how much does it cost? What is the cost? What is the price? Blah 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 blah. Well, don't think of it as a price. Don't think of it as a cost. Cost seems like you're giving up something. Investments is something like you're giving something but getting something bigger in return. That's what an investment is. So they've been using this terminology. A lot of people have been using this terminology for a long time, but a lot of people don't. I mean, it's surprising. People are saying like, "What is this? Your cost today, or the price tag you're going to pay." It's an investment because you're going to get a return on it. Just like investing in stock and real estate, you're going to get more money out of what you put in. Okay. The other one is a discounted payment of just $100. Okay. I've done plenty of free challenges over the years, but for the very specific challenge, I'm not looking for freebies. See, there you go. He's kind of saying, look, I'm looking for more experienced people. I'm looking for dedicated, rock to solid salespeople who are already making sales in whatever capacity and are looking to go from good to great. Okay, if you sell service or product of any kind, then this challenge may be absolutely for you. I guess one thing that I now find out, like I said, I signed up for this program because I'm just generally curious, but I would be interested if it really is geared to people who are experienced salespeople versus people who are already marketers and things like that. Because if that's the case, then I would probably lean into that a little bit more. And then if it really is for salespeople and people are already like in the marketing, they're probably not going to be happy with it. I'll give you my review of the event video at a later date. Okay, I want to really wrap this up. We're getting to a half an hour, so okay, let's just read this. If you sell a service or product of any kind, then the challenge is absolutely made for you. Okay, so you get the satisfaction. Get a full. Wait. Actually, I want to read this because this is something they do fairly well in the past. This is the best decision for you. That's why I'm offering 100% money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied with selling online training, and if you feel you didn't receive a shred of valuable information. You can immediately implement it into your sales online funnel. Then you can email my support team, and after that, for a full freedom. These are awesome. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, you're probably going to get some people, but here's the thing about guarantees is that yes, you're going to get some people who are going to. Some people are generally just disappointed because they didn't know what they're signing up for. Then you're gonna get some people who just want a bunch of free shit. And but they're like really almost less than like I don't know 5%, 10%, maybe 2%. Depends who you are and what you do and how you present it and everything. Um, but but for everybody else, this is a stamp of like security, right? They're like, oh wow, this is risk free, and Okay, let's just move on. Time of the essence. This is a good section. I might cover it at a later date, maybe sometime in the future, but right now I really need to wrap this up. So this is it. This is Russell Brunson's Selling Online um, sales page. It's a live event. It's a 3-day event, and he's got a. I mean, it's not. I would say this page is not ridiculously long. I've seen a lot longer with a lot more copy. He does have a video. The video mostly, kind of backs up his authority, um, which is good. I think that some of the testimonials in here really talk about like how he knows how to sell. Like they said, if you want to learn basketball, learn it from Michael Jordan. Not Michael Jordan's, bench warmer or something like that. You want to work from. So really boosting up the authority, and you're not going to get any bull BS. And they talk about it here too. Like the biggest problem, you're getting you get fly by night marketers who are looking to make a buck and teaching you a bunch of BS and stuff like that. Um, Somehow that sounds vaguely familiar to me. It sounds a little too close to home. Am I giving BS information? I don't know. I'm just analyzing these sales pages based on my current knowledge, and I might look back and go, "Whoa, hey, things have changed." All right, this is part 6. This is it. I'm ending it here. Thanks for hanging out and watching this. Um, and like I said, maybe I'll come back and maybe review this part because urgency is really important. But anyway, all right, thanks.